All right, good afternoon, traders. This is BYOB Market Wrap Up. Today is November 12th, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Hey, let's go take a look at some charts today. First chart we're going to look at is SPY. Okay, here we are with SPY. Price action on the 10-minute chart. We have a 10-minute downtrend going into the close. We got swatted down by this downtrend line right here at the beginning of the day. And in the midday, we got swatted down again, back down to the valley right here. So we'll see what it does at the valley. If we can get a bounce, I think we get a bounce back up through the downtrend line. At least challenge it before going through. At least at a minimum, hit it once to challenge it, but I think it actually goes through. So there's 10-minute chart. 2-hour chart, we got a 2-hour. This is going to be tight. I can't even tell. Let's just do this. 597.14, 595.12. No. 597.33, 597.15. All right, so we got ourselves a cross. Got a bearish cross. So we got a 2-hour downtrend going into the close. On the daily chart, we have a lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Still up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Still looking good. SPY putting in higher lows and higher highs. Still bullish on SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ, same deal. Lower high, lower low, closing over the trap, over the rising 17 EMA, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Well, the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, making higher highs and higher lows, over the rising 17. Still bullish on QQQ. Diamond Dow. Same deal. Lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA, up over, let's move this up here, prior all-time high anchored VWAP, money flowing in, price action, over the 17, that's bullish, over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, that's bullish. Diamond Dow still bullish. Diamond Dow still bullish. SPY still bullish. QQQ still bullish. All right, everything still bullish so far. Okay, IWM. IWM, same deal. Lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap, over the rising 17. Up over the 3-year high anchored VWAP. Price action still bullish, making higher highs, higher lows, over the prior high anchored VWAP. Price action up over the 17 is a breakout. IWM still bullish. FNGU. FNGU puts in, nice work here. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. I got to tell you, they're getting ready to do combat on this all-time high. All right, it's looking like they're ready to charge. All right, on the all-time high. That's what it looks like to me on FNGU. All right, so CPI comes out tomorrow morning. I don't know what it's going to look like, but FNGU looks like it's ready to charge the all-time high. All right, let's take a look at our technicals on T2122. We got tossed out of the buy zone. I guess we overstayed our welcome with the bears. Camping out way too long. The bears threw us out of the buyer's chop zone, threw us out of the buy zone. We wound up chomping around inside the seller's chop zone. Okay, that's T2122. T2123. All right, a little bit of green, a little bit of red, a little bit of green, a little bit of red. All in all, we're still up and holding the higher ground, closing in quadrant 4, closing over the curling 200 SMA, closing over the midpoint everything's still bullish on T21.23. 3-bar chart's going to look the same. 3 more green candle bars, again, moving up, holding the higher ground up here, closing in quadrant 4, up over the 17 EMA, up over the midpoint, up over the 200, attacking the all-time highs. So everything's still bullish on T21.23. Let me just say, let me repeat that. They made an attack on the all-time highs again today. Okay, they did it yesterday. You can see it here. Okay, there's the all-time highs. They did it yesterday. They came up short. They did it again today. All right, so they're not giving up yet. They're not done. To me, it looks like higher. That's what it looks like. All right, FNGU for the price action for today started out green, ended green. Nice move on FNGU, winding up on top of VWAP. I love that. Holding the base up here. Consolidation over prior consolidation. Okay, that's bullish in my book. All right, so moving up, kind of holding the higher ground up here. Again, they're up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP, or the all-time high anchored VWAP up over the 200 SMA. Things looking good for FNGU. I'm telling you, I think it looks like they're ready to attack that breakdown candle high. So there's FNGU. Let's go take a look at a few sectors. First sector we'll look at, let's take a look at precious metals. SLV. All right, SLV almost starting a downtrend. Didn't quite do it. All right, higher low, higher high, closing under bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. Silver still in an uptrend, but hanging on by a chin hair right there. All right, gold starts a downtrend, breaking the low. Here's the valley low. They break the low. That's a downtrend. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the falling 17 EMA. Gold starts a new downtrend today. All right, take a look at USO. It's petroleum crude oil. They're in an uptrend, but they don't seem to know it. All right, price action for USO. Price action is an outside day. That's a higher high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. Okay, and you can see price action. If they break this low, that's a downtrend. All right, if they come back up here, they will have created the inverse head and shoulders if they wind up back here at the neckline. And what we will have is probably a right arm extending up as far as the left arm. We'll see what happens. There's USO. It's got to move in one direction or the other. Either take off the head, decapitate the head, and come down and attack the lows, or move back up to the neckline and start forming the right arm back up here to this breakdown candle high. Okay, so there's USO. Still in an uptrend, but it doesn't seem to know it. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG price action is in a downtrend. If they take out this high, they'll be in an uptrend. They sure made an attack on it today. Price action, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap. Price action, lower outside day, higher high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend. If it takes out the high, it's in an uptrend. So there's UNG. Not quite ready yet for uptrend status. All right, let's take a look at some sectors. SMH. All right, SMH making higher lows and higher highs, still in an uptrend. SMH on the daily chart. Okay, if we put a anchored VWAP at the all-time high, it's this red candle right there. Okay, we're up over the all-time high. We're up over the 17. And we're up into, I think, quadrant 4. Let's try that. You know what? I think I have all this set up right here. Yeah, we're up in quadrant 4. That's bullish. So everything's still bullish on SMH. Take a look at XLK. XLK trying to make an attack on the all-time highs right here. You can see price action for XLK. Today's price action. Lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA, up in quadrant 4, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, up over the 17 EMA, up over the midpoint. XLK is still in bull mode, making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, they are attacking the all-time highs right here. They just did it a few days ago. They're not leaving. What I like, they moved up and they're holding this area over here. So I'd like to see consolidation over prior consolidation. That would be bullish. XLK is bullish. XLF, new all-time high yesterday. Price action for today. Lower high, lower low closing. Over the bull trap. Over the 17 EMA. Over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. XLF is in an uptrend. And it's making higher lows and higher highs. Everything's still bullish on XLF. All right, that was the new all-time high made just yesterday. They're not ready to give up already today. All right, let's take a look at XLI. XLI, that was close today. Let's see, did they get a new all-time high? High for yesterday, 143.71. High for today, 143.67. No. Lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA, up in quadrant 4, up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Enough said, this is still in bull mode. XLI. Let's take a look at XLU. Utilities. Okay, utilities are in a downtrend. They got in a downtrend when they took out this valley right here. Okay, they made a lower low. So they're in a downtrend. Price action for today, okay. Again, XLU is typically a defensive sector, so we're not expecting this to make new all-time highs, even though it did about 30 days, 20 days ago. Back here, that is the all-time high. Price action, and I said this yesterday evening, look to take a 10-minute downtrend coming right off of these anchored VWAP highs right there. See those anchored VWAP highs? Look to take a downtrend, a 10-minute downtrend to trade it to the downside, okay? Price action, lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish cross and underneath the 17 EMA, okay? XLU in a downtrend, all right? Closing still in quadrant 4, still quite bullish, but it's in a downtrend technically because it broke the low. All right, let's take a look at XRT. It's our retail sector. Retail sector makes a new, that's a new high. Now I got to go back and see how far back that high is. Okay, so let's just do this. All right, going to move out. Okay, that high goes back to right there. March of 2022. So there's 1 year, 2 years, 2.5 year high made today on the XRT. All right, I've been talking about this for weeks, how much I like price action, moving up, holding the higher ground, looking for the breakout to the upside. It's coming right now. Okay, so there's XRT making a new 2.5 year high today. Again, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the rising 17 EMA, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, up over the midpoint. Everything bullish on XRT. Let's take a look at IYT. All right, here's the transports. Not losing much ground today. I like that. Inside day. Got a higher low and a lower high, closing over the trap, over the 17 EMA, over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, over the rising 17. Everything's still looking good and bullish on IYT, making higher highs and higher lows. Transports in an uptrend. Industrials, uptrend. All of the Fab 5, uptrends. Okay, what else? T2123, uptrend. FNGU, uptrend. Everything is in an uptrend. Okay, except for some gold's not, silver is hanging on by a chin hair. Natural gas is not. U.S. crude oil it's hanging on by a chin hair as well. All right, so there we go. We've got a lot of stuff still in uptrends. We can still rally. We can still get parabolic, hyperbolic. Tomorrow's CPI at 8:30 in the morning. There will be volatility. We'll see where we head off tomorrow. Probably going to gap somewhere. Don't know where. Probably up or down. I'm thinking up. Everything is moving up. They don't seem ready to give up yet. So we'll see what happens. Unless CPI comes out drastically out of line, I don't see anything changing. So we'll see what happens. But then we got Mr. Powell speaking. Well, Treasury's going to make a statement at 2 tomorrow. I don't know if that's the same as FOMC. All right, because they're kind of in charge of the Treasury a little bit. They kind of work hand in hand together. Well, anyways, they hold hands. All right, Treasury and FOMC. So Powell makes a speech on Thursday, all right, at 3 p.m., and then Treasury makes a statement at 2. Now, I don't think Treasury's statement has the same effect that Mr. Powell's speech has on Thursday. So we'll see what happens here. But CPI due to come out tomorrow morning at 8:30. All right, traders, I will talk to you tomorrow morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, I come back in. If there's any questions, all you trial members, tough day today. Not easy. We did have one trade that triggered in. All right, on SPY. All right, we had the game plan. The game plan was, game plan was up over 599 or 590. Let me see where it is. Up over 599.20. Okay, so we didn't close a candle, so we never got triggered in. All right, didn't close a candle up there, so that's 599. That never got triggered in on this one right here. Okay, didn't close a 10-minute candle up there. Nothing but a wick and a doji and then red candles right there. So nothing to buy there. The one trade that did work was right here. Price action right here below the pivot, below 597.40. All right, you had a one trade that worked, and it gave you right into this big red candle to the downside. And if you watched my webinar, or if you were at my webinar last night, you recognize that was the big candle right into support right there. And you had the reversal, and you could have bought calls and rode it right back up. So you had the move down when we broke this valley. See the valley right here? We broke the valley. That was your entry in to trade it down. Then you saw the big candle. That was your clue or signal. The end is possibly near, right into support. And then we've got a bounce, a huge red rubber ball bounce back up out of there. And we hit the trend line again, where we got swatted down again. All right, so that's it for today. Okay, I had a decent day. Not a great day, just a decent day. Only 2,000 in realized gains. See if I can drag it over there. There it is. Over 2,000 in realized gains. Took a hit on some other stuff though. All right, but I got 2,000 in realized gains. If the market pops tomorrow, all this should be cleaned up. So we'll see what happens. All right, so there's the markets. I'm going to take questions in the room. I know you guys got some questions. Anybody got a question? Robert says, John, could I look at FNGS? Yes, let's look at them together. And then JC says, John, I missed the first few minutes of last night. Where do you post it? Okay, let's talk about that for just a second. Okay, so I posted on two different spots. First, I've got my Facebook. It's coming. And my YouTube. So they're posted both on Facebook and my YouTube. And JC, if you look in the alerts directly overhead, all right, you're going to see November 11th, BYOB Wicks Tails Huge Candlesticks webinar right there. There's the recording and there's the video link. See that, JC, right there in the alerts. Okay? So it's here. It's also here on my Facebook page. If you're not a member, I encourage you to be a member. It's free to be a member. If you want to be a member, I don't want to push you into doing something you don't want to do. But this is my Facebook page right here. I'll post it in the chat. Copy that and put that down here. There's my Facebook page. That's my Facebook group. And then what do we want? YouTube. And let's see if we can find BYOBtrading.com. Right here, BYOBtrading.com, right there. And then there is my Facebook group, my YouTube channel. And there's the video right there. Okay, so there's like 3 spots already to find it. And then here is my YouTube channel. And that's also free to subscribe. Okay. All right, so if you got last night's video, you got to see big candle into support. Probably going to get a reversal right there. All right, so let me get this out of the way, okay? And Robert's got a whole stack of homework for me. Okay, let's drill down, get into it. Okay, FNGS. All right. FNGS. All right, let's look at it on the daily. All right, it's bullish. Moving up, consolidating, breaking out right there. That's a new all-time high, isn't it? Yeah, that's a new all-time high for FNGS right there. That's bullish. You need a question on like how to play it? Because it's the same thing, Robert, on this. Green erases red. This would be the red right here. See this? This move down from here down to the bottom of that tail. Green erases red. So right at the body of this candle. Right there would be my entry. Right there. Green erases red. Right over the body of that candle. Okay? There's your green erases red. You can use the red candle or the green candle. Either one. And that's where your beginning entry goes. And then you can buy all the way back to the tail. If it goes below the tail, the trade is broken. All right? So FNGS. Totally bullish. All right? The trade is green erases red, there's the entry. Just like we do on the 10-minute chart. Okay, so there's FNGS daily chart. All right, I'm going to trash that out. And the next one, NVIDIA. All right. NVIDIA. No, somehow I messed that up. One more time. And there's NVIDIA. NVIDIA is doing the same thing. Okay, but let me look to the left. Okay, that's a new all-time high for NVIDIA, moving up, holding the higher ground. Okay, on this one, if you want to trade this one, I do the same thing. The same strategies I use in my BYOB room are the same strategies that I use in my futures and the same strategies that I use for swing. They're all the same. Okay, green erases red. As soon as price gets over the body of that red candle right here. So take this right over there. As soon as it gets over the body of that red candle, that's green erases red. And you can start your start your position right here and then fill it in as price dips down to this tail down there. If it breaks the tail, then the trade's broken. Okay, so there's NVIDIA. All right, green erases red. There's the entry right up there. Okay, the next one, Google. Google, moving up, holding the higher ground. You got green erasing red right here. There's your entry right there today. Okay, and if it breaks this low, then the trade's broken. But there's your entry, and you can buy all the way back into this box right there. Okay, so there's your entry right there. This is bullish. Everything's looking good. Let me look over to the left. Okay, first target's going to be here. See this breakdown candle high? That'll be the first target. Right up there. If they hold this area up here, that'll be the first target. And then after that will be the high. Right up there. And see if they got another high anywhere. Nope, that's it. That's the all-time high right there. Okay, you can stick an anchored VWAP on that. You're up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's money flowing in to Alphabet. All right, so that's bullish, moving up, holding the higher ground. See this wick? See that wick? Need them to hold. See this wick? Okay, need them to hold this area up here. And so far they did it today. All right, so looking for a little more follow through tomorrow. Kind of hold this area up here. So there's Google. That's bullish. Amazon. And AMZN. Same deal. Moving up, holding the higher ground up here. All-time high. So that's the all-time high made 3 days ago, right there. All right, so price action moving up, holding the higher ground. You're looking for green erases red for your next entry. All right, so that's right over the body of that red candle right there. That's your next add or entry up there. You want it to get up here and hold. We'll see what it wants to do. All right, so that's it right there. I just want to see what a fib line gives you. Okay, for fib lines, here's the pullback. All right. This is the 1272 right here. You're close to it right there. The next one up is this should be like a 151. I don't know what this one is. There should be another one in between these, right through here. Okay, but there's your first fib line over the 100% is the 1272, and that lines up at, just FYI, 214. You're welcome. What do I think of? Hey, Ron. What do I think of Tesla? That's bullish. That's super bullish. It's a little parabolic, hyperbolic there. All-time highs are right here. Okay, you're up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. You know I like that. Okay, how about the 24 high? We're up over that. How about one more, and that's this high right here. We're up over that. So we're up over all those high anchored VWAPs. That's bullish. And where will it find support? There, support right there. There's a little bit of support right there. This thing is on fire right now. And you got 1, 2, 3. Whenever I see like 3 locations in a row right here, they're probably going to zoom right through each one of these. Where people will think, oh, this is the top. No, this is the top. No, this is the top. No, this is the top. So you got another ceiling up here, right across those. Okay, so 400 would be my target. And I would need this to hold, and it may not. It may come all the way back to here, right there. Well, it may come back to there. I doubt it, but it may. Okay, you got a bearish engulfing. So to me, it's looking like an MMRP. Price action moved up. You got to pause. Now you're pulling back to support. Where they find support, whether it's this line, or this line, we'll find out. But I think it's either one of these two right here, this one or that one. And they find support and look for a J hook out of there, off that support line right there. Okay, Tesla's bullish. If you wanted to play this, green erases red. Well, this would be your red all the way down to there. And when price action goes up over the candle body right there, there's an entry right there, 351. Okay. Oh yeah, green erases red always. Yeah. You want a green erases red is a concept based on institutional money stepping in, because you want to follow institutional money, not the retail traders. So you kind of want to see that money's flowing into it. Okay, so you kind of want to see that, but I mean, you don't have to trade it. If you want to trade the pivot points, that's possible too. All right, but it is you can do it on the 10-minute chart. A green erases red. You don't have to do it on the daily. You can find a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend inside that 2-hour uptrend and trade that as soon as you see green erases red. You know what I'm saying, Ron? I mean, you don't have to do the daily. I'm just pointing out the daily because most of you guys come from HRC and RWO and you're all swing traders. So I'm just saying, like, if you don't want to trade that trade and you want to get in sooner, like me, find that 2-hour uptrend and find the 10-minute uptrend in it, and where green erases red, you can jump in on that. Does that make sense? How do I set my pivot in the morning for SPY? I look at the common ground for SPY's price action. So I look for a place where the market is telling me it's an important number. So notice we came down here and we bounced. Then we broke through, we came back and we tested it. See right here? So this, and then we came into it right here and we bounced. All right, then we shot up through it and came back, and see all these tails that stop right at this number, and see the bullish engulfing right there. See now how price is sitting on top? That's the market's way of telling me that this is an important number. Right there, 597.14. Okay? That's the way the market speaks to us. That's them telling you, hey, this is an important number. See how price comes down, it comes back up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. All right? They're trying to like break through, and the bulls keep pushing it right back up. Okay? Would I look at a separate pivot for a stock like Tesla? I could, yes. Do you want me to pick a pivot for Tesla? Okay. All right, so see all these valleys? So we got a valley here. We got a valley here. We got a valley here. And we got a peak here. Okay, so that's based on the last 2 days. Okay, that's telling me that this area in between these valleys and that peak right there is a pivot. It's an important number to Tesla buyers. So above that, I'd be a bull, especially if it's over VWAP. Under that, I'd be cautious. You know, it's still in bull mode. I wouldn't necessarily be a bear. You know what I'm saying, Ron? It's not weak enough to go bearish on. All right. Under that, I would look for support to see where the bulls step in. And I would also look to see if support holds. Okay, so it's not bullish enough to get, it's not bearish enough. In other words, it's too strong to short. All right. Good questions today. Thanks. All right, traders. All right, I'm gonna call it a night. All right. If you got some questions, you can hit me up tomorrow morning. I'll be here 8 o'clock in the morning. You're welcome, Alan. Thank you, Robert, Ron, everybody. Appreciate it. Thanks, Brad. All right. So see you guys tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. We'll do it again. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.